What is good, YouTube? You already know we have a lot to talk about, and it always starts with the I have a question battle rap. Yes, sir. So let's get straight into the content for today. Today's video surrounding a tweet that Jazz the Rapper actually put out, and Dizaster's response to that, which actually just kind of gave me more of a revelation in terms of just how we kind of view battle rap and the battle rappers in particular, and just maybe more of an eye opener for some of us fans who don't really understand kind of, we know we're not battle rappers, so we're never really gonna fully understand it, but just kind of giving us a little more glimpse into their world. So I'm gonna go straight into the tweet for y'all. So Jazz pretty much says, I really hate when I'm in battle mode. I don't eat as much as I should. Y'all know I love to eat, man. So pretty much Jazz, she's getting, if y'all don't know already, she has a last minute addition to the pandemic card for John John's bullpen league, and she's battling Loso with 5 days prep for a one rounder, so to help John out and get a quick bag. So yeah, she's in pretty much grind mode because she has to battle like tomorrow. So she's really putting herself through it to make sure she gets a good showing. Now, Dizaster's response to this tweet was pretty much saying, "This is why we deserve the money we asked for. Non-battlers will never understand the stress that we go under and wear and tear we put on our bodies, food, sleep, stress. We work harder than everyone. Nobody should ever be compensated more than the talent itself. Our time is priceless." So let me know what y'all think about that in the comments just off of that statement. I'm gonna have to say I do agree. And sometimes us as the fans, when we're so used to just judging and being, just being the receivers of the bars and like, this is trash, this is fire, that was all right. But a lot of times we don't really think about how much wear and tear they put on themselves to even come up with those bars, to come up with that performance, to come up with this scheme, and how long it took them to formulate it all together, and the amount of wear and tear they put on their bodies to do so. We don't think about that. We're thinking they're, we think of them as the battle rappers, but we forget they're everyday people too. They're not machines. They have to eat, sleep, function. They have family to take care of. They have bills to pay. They have everything that we have and more because of the stuff they put themselves through to make these battles happen. So I think a lot of times, or if we do think about it, we're just thinking about, the league, the cost, and you'll be like, oh, they ask for too much money. I don't care how long they've been here. That's a ridiculous amount, but with all that money and all this stardom and stuff comes, they have kids, they have duties, they have expenses that they're taking out because of the blessings they've been granted with being the people they are and the battlers they are. But what comes to that, they always need that constant reassurance and that constant bread so that they can keep functioning the way they do. And then to take the time out of their daily functions and whatever amount of responsibilities they have to deal with, people have kids, people have responsibilities, people have stuff to do, they have relationships, and they're pretty much putting all that on hold to come up with these bars for these battles. And I think a lot of times us as fans, we don't think about that at all. We really don't. Because even, I consider myself a pretty open-minded person and being able to understand both sides of a situation and stuff. But usually when we're thinking about the situation, we're thinking about the league owners, and we're thinking about us, the fans, and we just think of the battle rappers in terms of what they produced, and then we're judging that. But we're not going into what it took for them to get to that point. Every time someone has a battle of the night, how much work do they put in to get to that point of being able to not only have the bars and the performance of battle night, but actually performing it and doing so the way they intended to. That's all an accomplishment in itself, and we don't really give enough praise to that. So I wanted to once I read this, I kind of just had to make a video on it and just speak on it. I definitely agree with Dizaster 100%. Just as a fan of battle rap, not even just speaking, just as a personal just blogger. Thank all you battle rappers. I don't know if any of y'all will see this, but if you do, thank you so much. If we don't say it enough, we do appreciate all y'all and everything you guys do in terms of taking the time out to even make these battles happen. So I do kind of agree with Dizaster. It does kind of change perspectives a little bit more when we think about, the league owners. Yes, they're setting pretty much the venue. They're setting the stage and all this stuff for the battle to go down. But without the actual battlers showing up and performing at the level we know they're supposed to perform at, there would be no show. There would be no nothing. So I do definitely agree with Dizaster. You have to think about that. The talent itself is what brings the traction. The talent itself is what makes the building, crowded, what makes the building active, what makes the building have a meaning. Nothing will be there. Nothing will be possible without the battlers. You can make the best venue in the world. If there's no battlers, there's no people showing up. It's just a blank room. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with Dizaster. So this kind of just shifts perspective a little bit more. So when we think about certain battlers now, when we're like, especially legends, when we think about, oh, they want this much money, It's because, for one, they know the business and they see how much the league owners are making, not the other battler they're going against. The league owners, they see how much they're getting on the back end, the front end, the back end, the ticket sales, if if they're on the app, then the monthly payments are going to keep coming in every month. That's pretty much endless, unless if someone cancels their subscription, all that. If it's going on YouTube, the royalties from that, there's all kinds of percentages and money that I said monies and money that goes into this that we don't really know about, and that's why you might get in. A battle rapper can potentially be missing out on that. That's why we get certain ones where if it's a YouTube drop, they want the royalties. That's why we get like a Daylight or something, right? And he wants he wants the artist to have full, pretty much autonomy and full royalties from their battle because they're the ones doing all the work. Cameramen, they get paid for photo. You know what I'm saying? How that works. The camera people get paid a certain amount. That's agreed upon between them and the league. But the leagues are definitely getting a lot of the money. And yes, they're setting it up. They are setting up the venue. All that comes into the cost of it. But when we think about the final product and years to come of money that's being brought up by these battles, it definitely should go. Has at least percentages should be going to those battlers because the battle wouldn't have been possible without them. They're the ones that put in that work. They're the ones that took the time out to of their life to do so. If this means not eating potentially, you know what I'm saying, not sleeping potentially. I've definitely seen battle rappers such as like a Sue Surf, Free the Wave, that like, well, if you remember some of his lives or just him in Spaces back before was talking about, he's like, yeah, I've been staying up. I've been up since, he's like, I took a little nap and I'm staying up to write these bars and get in the lab to practice. They do hours and hours of practice to give us these performances. So it's not something to just glance over and be like, oh yeah, that was fire. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, can you do it? It's, you know what I'm saying? So it just shows us more appreciation we have to give just to the battlers, especially the top tiers who are able to keep showing up and showing out at a active level and still, give us the showings that we know these people can do, like a Rum Nitty or something. That dude, you can literally see it in his face and his body movements and when you listen in with the bars, the punchlines and everything. He puts his all into it every single time. But how much do we not know about it? That dude got kids, man. That dude's single dad. He got kids. How much time does he take away from his daily duties to give us these showings that we don't give him enough props for? You know what I'm saying? The same with a bunch of these battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of an eye opener a little bit, just to us kind of showing a little more just appreciation for when people have these showings. When we have an A-Ward given that battle of night on the Chrome 23 like he just did, when we see the Blue Room, the past battle at RBEs of the Blue Room, all these people, Big K's, the A-Ward didn't have a bad showing. Big K was just on some other stuff that night. The what was it? I forgot who it was going against. Pain, Bad News and Pain, a classic, right? Them dudes going at it. Everyone on that card, and then just all the cards just in general. The ladies showing up and showing out. Prestavia and Official at Chrome 23, Hustle doing Chrome 23, and then bouncing right back at not the Kings versus Queens. Was it Kings versus Queens? Yeah, King versus Queens versus Rock. Like, it's just consistency and showing up and showing out. That's not easy to do. None of us can really do it on the spot. If someone told us, hey, you got a battle in like 2 months, let me see what you can do. None of us can really, well, I mean, I'm not going to judge y'all, but I'm saying a lot of us wouldn't be able to perform nowhere near the level even of the low tiers battle rappers that show up and do their job. So it just kind of just gives us, like I said, it's just opening our minds. And Dizaster really just showed me when I read that tweet just how much work that gets overlooked that battlers put into it. So if we see situations where like a battler feeling like they're being underappreciated, it's probably because they're thinking of this from a side that we don't think of it from, because we're not battle rappers. We don't know how much, and especially that particular battler, we don't know what they go through in their routine when it is for prepping for a battle. We don't know the struggles that they have to deal with day in and day out to get ready for this battle. So when they ask them for that particular amount of money, don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you feel you're worth and the time that's going to take for you to show up and show out, then that's the price. If the battle doesn't go down, yeah, it sucks. If you're asking for like some astronomical amount, then yeah, we could probably be like, you're wilding. But other than that, like we always say, stay out of people's pockets. Battlers, we appreciate y'all. This just shows me even more just how much I just enjoy this sport that you guys are the players in. We just, we watching from the sidelines and appreciating y'all. So thank y'all. I just kind of wanted to make this as kind of like a shout out video and just shout out to Dizaster and Jazz for just kind of letting me kind of realign my thoughts and just see even more how impressive this sport is already and just the work you guys put in. So we appreciate y'all. And thank you. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I try to post as much as I can. As soon as I see something, if I'm not at work, I'm recording and I'm posting that for y'all. So if you are subscribed, please make sure you have the bell notifications on so you can get notified every time I post pretty consistently. I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed day.